Hello everyone, welcome to today's class, and we are still talking about how to create logo. I'm Esosa Matthew and I'm going to show you how I was able to create this logo. Alright, so first I'm going to create a blank page, and because this is a logo, I'm not doing any special background effects. I'm just going to create with a plain black background. Alright, so I've opened and created a new page. So right now I'm working with the canva.com website. So that's what I'm using for my canvas, and I'm working on the Canva website. So I'm just going to get started. So I'm working on a makeup brand logo. I'm going to show you the basics of how I started it. Remember that the makeup brand, like I said before, your whatever you're creating, you have to put into a consideration what the brand is about. So I'm going to try to put into consideration what the makeup brand is about, and I'm going to create this logo. So first of all, from the previous logo I showed you before, you saw the way it was, and I'm going to show you how I created that logo. So the first thing I did was to come to my elements, and I searched for square frame illustration. I searched for square frame illustration. All right, so you can see, and like I told you before, when you are searching for elements and you want to use elements in your design, depending on the type of design you are doing, but because we are doing a logo, we're going to be working strictly with graphics. I'm going to work strictly with graphics only. Alright, so these are the different types of square frame illustration that I got. So I'm going to pick the first option because that is what I am comfortable with. Alright, so the first option is in the color black. So I'm just going to edit the color to a white so it will be visible on my black background canvas. Alright, so I'm just going to enlarge the size, increase it in size so that I can work with it, as you can see right now. Alright, so I'm just going to enlarge it to a size that I want, that I'm suitable and comfortable with. Alright, so I have enlarged it and I'm comfortable with this size. So the next step right now is to add, according to the logo I created before. This is a makeup logo, so I put in like a little effect of the eyebrows and makeup tools inside the eyebrows. I just try to make like a visual symbolic image of the makeup artist. All right, so I'm going to search for eyebrow and lashes right now. So I'm going to search on the element feature. I'm searching for eyebrow and lashes. So I'm just going to click on it, writing the keyword. So as I'm making this video and as you're watching this video and these lessons, you should take note of some keywords that you can search in order to get some specific elements to use during your design. All right, so these are the my search results, and these are different types of eyebrow and lashes graphics that we have on Canva elements. So I'm going to look for one that is suitable for me, and like I told you before, when you are designing, you have to have an idea of what you want to come out in your head. So like in my imagination and according to the logo I created before, I already have an idea of what I would like to see on my canvas. So I picked that particular element, and I'm just going to change the color to a white because I'm already using a black background, so it will pop and it will come out and other people will be able to see it. All right, so I will resize it to a suitable size that I want, that it will fit into the square frame illustration that I already put there. I'm trying to create the logo of a makeup studio that does makeup but also takes photos. So as you can see, if you already get the idea, so all of this is all about your personal creativity. So I've searched for it, and the next thing I want to add into this design is the makeup tools. Okay, it's the makeup tools. So I'm just going to search on my elements for makeup tools and click on the search bar and wait for my results to show while I pick the one that I feel is most suitable. All right, so I'm going to click on graphics and I'm going to see all right now. And remember that the design I'm doing as at now is in black and white. Like I said before, try to make sure that your design from scratch is in black and white before you can later change the colors, so that you can have the basics. I don't have to stress yourself about picking colors. All right, so colors should come as the last thing for you, but firstly do your design in black and white. So I'm just going to adjust this and adjust it to the white color so it will pop out, and I'm going to fit it into the eyebrow and lashes. I'm going to crop it because I do not want it coming out from either side. I just want it to be inside it and not outside, not on the lash sheet itself, but just inside within the eye space. So I'm going to bring it down and just put it back into the middle, as you can see that I have done here. All right, so I'm just going to size it and position it properly to my satisfaction. All right, so I'm satisfied with this and I'm going to let it be. So the next thing I want to do is to input the name of the business, as you can see in this previous logo I created. Now, as you can see in that previous logo, the full square frame illustration was not showing there. So what I'm going to do next is to create something that will block out the remaining part of the square frame logo, and so I can input the name of the brand in there. So I'm going to search for a square or a rectangle that can fit into that, and I can adjust that will be the same color as the background so it will not show. All right, so it's just about you trying to create something new and fresh. Okay, so when you want to search for an element, you can use filters if you were doing colors from scratch. Like if you already know the colors that you want to mix together, you can use filters to search for specific colors and in specific ways, so it will only be that option that you have selected that will come out. So you do not have to keep searching and searching till you get the color that you want. You can just go straight to filter and determine the color, the specific color that you are looking for. And you can also choose if you want the vertical or the horizontal, and if you want a design or element that is in free or in a paid version kind of element. All right, as you can see me doing here, selecting and changing the filters, and you can see the options that I've gotten, the results that I've gotten. All right, so I'm going to clear all this because I don't need them. I'm working with black and white elements right now, so I'm going to clear all of it and apply filter. So when you are done, if you were to choose the colors that you want to appear after you have selected them, you just click apply filter. All right, so I want a rectangle. It's a rectangle that will properly fit in properly fit into that square frame illustrator. So I've picked a rectangle. The reason why I picked a rectangle is because it can be adjusted by the sides and at the top. That means it can be adjusted horizontally and vertically, as you can see the line showing there. So you will see how I'm going to use the vertical adjustment right now. I've adjusted it, and I'm also going to use the horizontal adjustments, as you can see as I'm adjusting it. So I chose a black color because I want it to blend with the background and therefore create something like a void or a separation in between the square frame illustration. All right, so I've created a void in between the square frame illustration, and the next thing I want to do is to impute the brand's name into it. So I'm going to go to text. I've taught you on text and elements before. So I'm going to go to text, and if you have not checked the elements and text video, please do well to go and check it. So I'm going to text right now, and I'm going to edit the text. Right now it's in a black form. It's in a black form, and I'm just going to edit the text. The brand that I have to design for is Evans Makeup Studio. So I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to use the purple color because every other thing is in black and white, and I want the brand name to pop. Like I said before, when people look at your design or at your flyer or at your logo, what is the first thing that they see? Okay, so the first thing that they see, that you want them to see, that should be the most noticeable thing. All right, that should be the most noticeable thing. So I'm trying to create a logo for Evans Makeup Studio. So right now I'm writing out the brand name Evans, and I'm going to write out the makeup. Notice the way I use capital letters and small letters to differentiate the upper actual name and what the brand is about. So I am using the capital letters and small case letters, big case letters and small case letters. All right, just so I can create something not usual, not normal. Like, so I just want something that I have in my head already, just an idea. All right, so I've put it down, Now you can see that I do not need to have to go and create the text from scratch, going back to test to bring out each text, add heading and then edit it. No, I just duplicated each text that I've previously created and then edited it. So this was how I came up with this. So the next thing I want to do now is to adjust the sizing. Like I said before, you have to have an idea of what you are designing, so you adjust the sizing and every other thing to fit into the idea that you have in your head. Okay, remember to use your nudge to place it properly. Your nudge is the cursor of your smartphone. Just the way a laptop has a cursor, that is the same way, or a mouse, the way a laptop or a personal computer has a mouse to move around the cursor. That is the same way your nudge is. It applies to your design on your smartphone. You can use your nudge to move the cursor and to move whatever you want to in different directions. So you can see the way I'm adjusting the size just so it can fit a specific type of placing that I want. And see the way I left space on the left side and on the right side. So you don't want your design or whatever you are creating to clash with the edges of the canvas. You have to kind of separate it from the edge, each edge on the left side and on the right side, giving space in between each. So you create your logo or your logo at the middle of your canvas and not touching the edges, so as to allow you edit it easily and swiftly. All right, so I've successfully created the Evers makeup studio. I'm just going to continue editing till I get something that I'm satisfied with. I'm going to continue moving and shifting it to whatever position that I like so that I get what I'm satisfied with. So this particular format actually looks very fine, but because I am trying to show you how I created the first logo exactly the way it was, I will have to change this format. All right, but you can see how it is now. So take a mental picture of the way it is right now, and then in our practical class you will tell me which one you feel is finer or better. So you can see this one now. You can see the way I placed the text. The text writing is different from the first one. Okay, so in our practical class you can tell me which one you feel is better. All right, so you can also continue adjusting the color or whatever you feel that you want to, until you get the desired whatever that you are trying to achieve. When you actually get what you want to achieve, you actually feel it that yes, okay, you are okay with this, you are satisfied with this particular design the way it is. All right, so like I said, I'm trying to achieve this logo I created before in this format. Okay, so I am just going to edit it right now to fit and suit into the way the other or the first logo that I created was. All right, so you can see the way I'm using the uppercase and lowercase letters in this compared to the way I used it before. Okay, so I'm just going to continue editing it to look like the logo I created before. All right, I think I've gotten it now and I'm done with that. So all right, so I'm just going to use my nudge to direct it in a proper direction and place it properly to my satisfaction. Okay, all right, so there you have it. That was how I created this. It's quite simple and easy. All you have to do is have an idea of what you want to create. Do not just go without researching first on other logos that you can use as inspiration for your logo. It is not a crime to look at other people's designs and use it as expo or an example for your creation. Okay, so I've done that. I've done my Evers, I've done the makeup, I've done the studio, and I'm just going to keep editing it using my nudge until I get what I'm looking for. Okay, you can see me moving it forward and backward, and you can see me editing you can see me editing the words until I got whatever I was searching for. All right, so I'll just continue to edit it and move it forward or backward until I just get what I'm looking for. All right, so I think I'm satisfied with it. So remember, check the previous videos on text and elements, and check the previous logo creation videos, and just work and practice on your own. Thank you very much.